This Capital Ministries ministry update is about a top-viewed Brazilian television show that broadcasts a Sunday spectacular and featured Capital Ministries. A 60-minute style Brazilian television show that reaches 56 million homes in dozens of Latin American nations has featured Capital Ministries as its lead story, saying the ministry is an example of how faith can have real results in the political world. Sunday Spectacular, Capital Ministries Report, was the lead feature on Domingo Espetacular, a Sunday evening magazine-style program hosted by Paulo Henrique Amorim and Patricia Costa that covers top news stories with analysis and an investigative approach. Politicians cast aside party rivalries to focus on the Holy Book, Ms. Costa said, noting that Capital Ministries is nonpartisan and that Ralph Drollinger, president and founder, teaches the Bible to Democrats and Republicans in Washington, D.C. every week. Through the broadcast, Brazilians were introduced to Capital Ministries, which will in May launch a discipleship Bible study ministry to members of the Congresso Nacional do Brasil, the legislative branch of Brazil's federal government. Capital Ministries has translated many Bible studies into Portuguese to prepare for the ministry. The story examined the impact of studying God's Word, and Ms. Costa noted, "What seemed impossible to man was made possible through God." The intention of Capital Ministries Bible studies is to show these men and women a new way of leading their lives and their vocations as politicians, so they could legislate with much more confidence. Ms. Costa said President Donald Trump defends this idea. As an example, she noted that President Trump met with ex-inmate John Ponders, who spent years in solitary confinement after being convicted of bank robbery. Ponders said studying the Bible had transformed him and that he shared his new faith with other inmates. So, thanks to the power of prayer, what once seemed totally improbable happened. John regenerated. Trump said that John is an example that to solve our many problems and great challenges, faith is more important than government, and that nothing is more powerful than God. Ms. Costa also shared reflections like these are in the Capital Ministries. The idea is to win the politicians' hearts with teachings of the Bible and thereby help them to serve the nation better, Drollinger shared in the interview. He went on to say if they are enacting biblically based policy, that really helps the nation. U.S. Senator James Langford, who has attended the Bible study 7 years, and U.S. Senator Steve Daines, a member for 4 years, were also interviewed for the story. Senator Langford shared, quote, "The Holy Book teaches to treat people with humility and shows that a wise leader focuses on serving, not being served," end quote. Ms. Costa also shared, for the senator, they are necessary qualities, especially for those who exercise power. Today, Capital Ministries brings together about 60 members of the House and U.S. Senate from 2 of the top U.S. parties, Democrat and Republican, in addition to 12 of the 17 members of the U.S. presidential cabinet, and has planted Bible study ministries in 42 states and 24 foreign nations. Show host Paulo Henrique Amorim said, "Faith can turn into reality what often seems impossible," and he gave as an example the meeting between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. After a year of tension, the leaders signed an agreement by which North Korea pledges to give up nuclear weapons. Amorim shared, quote, "Many people feared a nuclear confrontation never seen before in the world, and even the most experienced political analysts did not believe an agreement could happen. In other words, believing in a happy ending in this situation would be seen as a matter of faith and not of reason," end quote.